At Hillcrest University, brilliance was celebrated, but silence was feared. It was the nation's pride, known for shaping leaders and thinkers. But beneath the walls of knowledge lay secrets that no one dared to speak. They said one man ruled not just the classroom, but the destiny of hundreds. His name was Dr. Okoro. To many, he was a mentor. To others, he was a nightmare. No one ever failed his course, unless he wanted them to. No one ever questioned how he decided who passed, until one girl came along. Her name was Ada Chukwu, smart, brave, new on campus. No one knew she was the governor's niece. She never told anyone. She wanted to live like any other student. The first day she stepped into class, she could already feel it. The tension, the fear. Students whispered about Dr. Okoro. "If he calls you to his office," one girl whispered, "you'd better go." Another added, "If you don't, say goodbye to your grades." Ada brushed it off at first, but that night her roommate Chica came home crying. "Chica, what's wrong?" Ada asked. Through tears, Chica replied, "He said I'll fail, unless I meet him tonight." "I can't, Ada. I can't," Ada froze. She had heard the rumors, but hearing them from her friend made her chest burn with anger. That night, Ada couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling and whispered, "If no one will stop him, I will." Dr. Okoro was powerful, too powerful. He walked around campus like he owned it. He smiled at everyone, but behind that smile was manipulation. During lectures, he would say things that made students nervous. "Success," he'd say, "must be earned." And in my class, I decide who earns it. Everyone laughed uneasily. They knew exactly what he meant, but Ada wasn't laughing. She started paying attention to the way he looked at students, to the ones who suddenly went from failing to passing overnight. One day, Chica begged her again. "Ada, please, don't go near him. He ruins people." Ada only smiled and said, "I'm not going near him, Chica. He'll come to me." And she was right. A few weeks later, Dr. Okoro sent her a message. "See me in my office." Urgent. Ada went. Phone in her bag, voice recorder on. The office smelled of expensive cologne and coffee. He looked up and smiled. "Ah, Ada," he said smoothly, "you're too smart to be failing. Maybe we can help each other." Ada kept her voice calm. "Help each other, sir?" He chuckled. "Grades aren't just written on paper, Ada. You know what I mean." And that was it, the proof she needed. She left the office quietly, heart pounding, but victorious. She had caught the wolf in his own den. The next morning, chaos hit the campus. A post appeared on the university forum titled "The Truth About Dr. Okoro." Attached was the audio, his voice clear and unmistakable. "You know the rule. Grades are earned in my office, not the exam hall." Within minutes, the recording spread like wildfire. Phones buzzed, screenshots flew, students gathered in groups, whispering, gasping, shouting. By noon, the school erupted. Placards filled the air. "No more fear." Students chanted, "We want justice." The university senate called an emergency hearing. Dr. Okoro stormed in, furious. "It's all lies," he shouted. "Someone faked my voice. This is a setup." The room was tense. Then the doors opened, and Ada walked in. All eyes turned. "Miss Ada," the vice chancellor said, "do you know anything about this recording?" Ada stood tall, her voice clear and unwavering. "Yes, I made it." Gas filled the hall. Dr. Okoro's jaw dropped. Ada continued, "My name is Ada Chukwu. I am a student here, and I will not be silent while others suffer in fear." The entire room fell silent. For the first time, Dr. Okoro had no words. The investigation began immediately. More students came forward. Stories that had been buried for years now found their voices. Proof piled up, screenshots, messages, testimonies. By the end of the week, Dr. Okoro was suspended. A month later, he was arrested for abuse of power and harassment. The news made headlines. Hillcrest University was forced to change its system completely. They introduced anonymous reporting lines, student legal support, and strict ethics training for all lecturers. And Ada? She became a quiet hero. She didn't seek attention or interviews. She simply finished her studies, smiling more than before. At graduation, Chica hugged her tightly. "You did it, Ada," she said, tears of joy streaming down her face. "You changed everything." Ada smiled softly. "No, Chica, we did. Courage isn't a solo act." Months later, Hillcrest University was different. Students walked freely, unafraid. The air that once held fear now carried pride. Ada often visited the same lecture hall where it all began. She'd look at the blackboard, empty and silent, and whisper, "Truth always wins, eventually. Power can build or destroy. But when courage speaks, even corruption must bow."